Hey everyone, this is Judi with JLBCrafts. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for giving me a try. This is actually a prequel video to a plan with me I did recently where I used a free Victoria Thatcher printable to decorate in my dashboard planner. And I started out, when I planned the video, I had a pre-cut set of printable stickers, and I knew there would be questions about working with printables. So this is how I have been working with printables. So I first discovered printables when I started with Happy Planner back in 2017, and I was huge into Pinterest at the time, and I found free planner printables all over Pinterest, and I will show you just a little bit here in a bit when we switch over to my computer screen. But that's where I first discovered Victoria Thatcher. For those of you that do know Victoria Thatcher, you probably know that she passed away recently. I believe the post said it was complications due to COVID, but I couldn't find the post again to confirm that. So anyway, I do know though for sure that she did pass away recently, which is sad news to the planner community because she did some beautiful, beautiful stuff. And so one of the challenges was to do something with Victoria Thatcher free printables for a spread. It was also May the 4th, which is, for those of you that don't know, is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you is a pun from May the Force be with you. And when I was looking through her stuff, I found this free Star Wars blueprints printable. My husband and I are both engineers, not on anything like this for sure, but we have spent more than our share of time working with blueprints and whatnot, and I just loved the antique look of this. So this is the printable I chose to use for my spread. As you can see, made for an EC vertical planner. So I printed this without messing with it, and this is what I got. I did mess with it though. It says that this is for personal use, not to distribute, etc., etc. So I didn't see any reason why I shouldn't play with it and make it work for the way I wanted to use it. So, but I wanted to show you guys, as is, the boxes are exactly the right width as a classic size Happy Planner vertical box, but it is just a little bit short. So it's about 2/3 of the height, which isn't a big problem. You can use all kinds of different tactics to deal with that. It's got what you could use as a meal planning sticker. It's got some nice date covers. Like I said, lots of vertical boxes, both decorative. It's got some checklists. So all great, except that I wanted to use it in my dashboard social media planner. So here's a dashboard page. So basically, I wanted to use these checklists. I needed 7 of them, not 4, and I wanted them to be smaller and with 6 points so that I could use them over here. I also wanted 1 more of these boxes because I need 7 to use as my stat box. I loved this one right here. I can put that right across the bottom. It's great for that. Same thing with this one. I thought I could put it at the top. And then these I could just stack kind of junk journal style in here. Definitely want to use the date covers. Don't need these full boxes. So I did a little bit of manipulating. My first step was to take this and put it into a free paint program. So if you have a nice paint program, that's great. I just use the free cheap one that comes with Windows, the Paint or Paint 3D, depending on your version. And I chopped this down because I just wanted two title boxes that I could use to cover up errands and to buy. So I got rid of the letter. I chopped that up. I wanted a box that I could use for here, for my YouTube title, so I just kind of made one. I wanted this to be a little bit bigger. I wanted these to be smaller, so I did some manipulating, and then I printed it, another test print on low quality. So this one was a test print on low quality, and I could see how much bigger I needed, or how much smaller I needed to make these. I could see that the date covers would work okay. I could see that I guesstimated and made that too big. So on and so forth. So I made some more tweaks, printed one more time on a low quality setting, and this is what I ended up with. Moved some things around, made this a little bit bigger. So now it's the right width to fit across up here. It'll cover both of these. I can put some habit trackers in there. This one still fits. I didn't change it at all. I changed the shape of this one a little bit so it'll work for me over here. The biggest change, I think, is I made these a little bit smaller and added a 6th bullet point just by copying and pasting. I got the boxes the way I want them. So this is what I want. Again, the size on these doesn't matter exactly because I'm just going to stick them on here junk journal style, which is just old antique looking paper kind of overlapped. And then I went and did one more print on high quality settings, and you really can't see too much of a difference, but this is on my white sticker paper, not see-through, not matte, but white sticker paper. And there's a little bit of waste, but I don't mind. So this is what I wanted, the set of stickers I wanted to do a spread in my dashboard, classic size dashboard social media planner. So at this point, I want to switch over to my computer screen and show you guys the Victoria Thatcher website and how to download her files. So this is my screen. We're starting out at victoriathatcher.com, and her stuff, a lot of times you will find things on Google Drive. I'm over here on the left. See this Google Drives? And so it brings you to links for 3 different Google Drives plus some older kits. So I just looked through, basically, just click on one and it's going to start loading, and you'll see her files in particular are in a few different formats, JPEGs and PNGs, which are just picture files. And then she also has some stuff in PDF form. I'm scrolling to look for a PDF. This first drive is a smaller one. Let's go to the second drive. But you can just look through these and download whichever ones you want. Yeah, see, these are all JPEG, PDF. Here we go, PDFs. So I'm going to scroll down. I don't remember which of her drives had this, the Star Wars one that I downloaded. It's still loading, so we're only down to the F's. But you can see there's so much stuff here. There are even monthly covers, monthly headers. We're almost there. We're on the R's. Okay, Star Wars blueprints. That's the one I did. So if I click on, let's see, click, double click, and it opens it up. And this, I'm up in the right hand corner now. This one right here is set, when you hover over it, it says download. So you click that and it goes into your downloaded files. So that's where I got that one. I want to show you also, when I very first started, I first found Victoria Thatcher through Pinterest. So I'm coming over here to Pinterest. And if we do a search on, free planner. See, I didn't even fully type in the word planner and printables came up. And this will give you all kinds, endless, functional ones, free organizing printables for moms. I mean, just so many things. You can even, I could put in free planner printables, cats. Or there's right here you see 2021 stickers, templates, daily, weekly. So I mean, you can search, you can go deep down a rabbit hole, and find all kinds of weekly kits. You can probably search on vertical and dashboard and whatever you want. Okay, so once you have your file downloaded, if it's a JPEG or a PNG or something that Paint 3D will open, you are good to go. I couldn't figure out how to convert a PDF into an image file, so basically I just moved a screenshot into Paint 3D or Paint, whatever. Most of these free Paint programs work the same. To zoom in, you roll the mouse button forward and it zooms in based on wherever your mouse is as the center. If to zoom back out, you just roll the mouse back toward you. So I am changing this for my own personal use. So I'm going to get rid of, because this is sized to fit an 8.5 by 11, a normal full size sheet of sticker paper. I don't want to waste it printing these black words, so I'm going to get rid of those. Also, these are sized for a classic size vertical planner, such as a Happy Planner or an Erin Condren. They are the right size, perfect size, as it says here, for an Erin Condren. They are the correct width side to side for a vertical Happy Planner, classic size, but they're a little bit short. So if you want to go ahead and use them in a vertical Happy Planner and you care, classic Happy Planner, and you care what size they are, don't do what I'm going to do. Since I knew I was going to use these in a dashboard layout, and these boxes didn't have to match up and fit anywhere specifically, I can go ahead and stretch this and it's not going to bother me at all. So the first thing I'm going to do is up here in the upper left hand corner, I'm going to pick select, and that's going to allow me to draw basically a square around whatever I want. So I'm just going to hold the mouse button down and drag, and I get this little moving dashed line, and I'm going to grab everything I want. So basically now that is a movable piece of picture, and I'm just going to put it right up here in the upper corner, and it's going to not too close because I don't want the boxes to get chopped off, and it basically covers up that writing. Then I'm going to grab this lower right hand corner and stretch it diagonally as evenly as I can. This does not automatically retain the aspect ratio, so you can get it weird and stretched. Okay, and then if I hit escape or click somewhere else, it deselects everything and now it won't move around on me. So the next thing I want to do is get rid of the writing, and I can use this same trick to get rid of the stuff I don't want. So I can go ahead and grab all of this writing and just hit backspace or delete, and it's gone. I don't need Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I just want 2 of them. So I'm going to grab right at the top of this W, right like that. And you can zoom in. Actually, I'm going to hit escape and zoom in a little closer because I want to keep these 2 boxes. I told you earlier in the live video that I wanted to keep these 2 boxes to use as covers on the left page for my 2 action words. So I'm just going to get rid of the rest of them. So I'm zoomed in, and I'm just going to grab about even with the top of the Wednesday light box. I'm going to grab all that and I'm going to delete it because I don't need any of it. There we go. And now I can cut these 2 boxes out. So for example, I can grab, nope, try again. I can grab right here near the top of the T so that I have some border around the whole thing, and I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste, and I was just hitting the mouse button to do that. There we go. So that way now I have a border all the way around this box. Now I can go ahead and get rid of it up here. So I'm just going to grab it and hit delete. Now I've got a separate box. Okay, so let's erase the M and the T. So these over here up in the upper right hand corner, it says brushes. So you can see one that looks like a fountain pen, one that looks like a pencil, one that looks like a can of spray paint. So this basically describes how it's going to draw a really thick solid line or a light fuzzy edged spray line. And then down here you pick the color. And see this little eyedropper? When you click on that, it's going to come over here and choose wherever the color from wherever you click. So I'm going to click right here and pick this gray. There we go. So now my color is that gray. Now I'm going to pick the Sharpie, and then the thickness here basically is how big your spot is that you're drawing with. So I'm going to hold the mouse button down and draw across this M, and it's basically using that same gray color to draw over top of the black. And so it's basically like I'm erasing the M. And when I let up the mouse, it stops, and then I can click and start over and keep going. And it's important to do this, to let up your mouse unclick your mouse every once in a while because each of these is considered an action. So when you click the undo button, that's how far back in time, if you will, if that makes sense, that you go. So there we go. That M is all erased. And I'm not too worried about this pattern underneath because I'm going to put a word over that anyway. So I'm going to do the same thing with the T. And like I said, it is messing up the pattern underneath, but that's okay. It doesn't bother me. So that's kind of how how I at least manipulate. Okay, I don't need these three. I said in the intro, I don't need these three big boxes, so I can switch back over away from my brush. Right now I have a brush chosen. I'm going to switch back over to select, and I'm going to grab these three boxes very carefully, not anything else. And I'm going to hit backspace or delete, and they're gone. Now I can add 3 more of these, or 6 more, or however many more I want. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit using my little mouse roller bar. I'm gonna grab the top 3 of these, and I'm gonna copy them and paste them. So right click and I get copy, and then right click again and I get paste. So now there are 2 copies, one over top of the other right here, that inside that box. So if I just drag this up, there we go. It moved the top copy. It moves it to wherever I want. And I'm being careful to align it side to side so that when I kiss cut, they're in perfect alignment and I can just put my ruler in one spot and make one big long cut. If I hit escape, they're deselected now. I won't accidentally move them. So that's just a couple of the ways you can manipulate these stickers. I did a very similar thing. I had said that I wanted there to be, on these little checklists, I wanted them to be smaller so that they matched the line spacing, and I wanted there to be 6. So again, we will select all 4 of them as one group. There we go, they're selected. Now I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to diagonally slide them and make them smaller. And this may take a couple tries because I don't know exactly how small I need to make them. That's a good place to start. Now I'm going to hit escape so I unselect them again. Now I'm just going to select one row so that I can copy and paste and end up with a 6th bullet point. So here we go. I picked one row. Now I'm going to right click and pick copy. And I'm going to right click again and pick paste. And now again, I have 2 layers, one on top of the other, so I can just grab this and slide it right down. Make sure it's aligned. Without hitting escape, I can zoom in and see I'm a little bit misaligned. So I can just grab it and slide it over. There we go. Now I'm perfectly aligned. My spacing looks good top to bottom. So now if I hit escape, there we go. I magically have 6 bullet points now instead of 5. And when I do my next test print, I can test to see if these are the right size. When I'm ready when I've got them to the right size, I can grab the whole block of 4 6-heart bullet points, copy, paste, and maybe I'll stick them down here where I've got more room. Just wherever you've got enough room. So that's it. I'm not going to show you everything I did because I don't want this video to be super, super long. But that's how you move things around. And then you can print right from this little program. So there we go. Let's switch back now and look at the kiss cutting. The next step, and I do have an entire video dedicated to my tips and tricks for kiss cutting, but I'll just run through. I'm going to go ahead and kiss cut this, and I'll put it on fast forward and set it to music for you guys, so you can see. If you've watched the dashboard plan with me where I actually used these stickers, then it might be kind of fun for you to see this half of the process. So I use a metal ruler that will lay completely flat. It doesn't have any cork or anything. Completely flat against the paper. I have my dedicated kiss cutting blade. These are all straight edged, so I don't need a fancy curve cutting blade or anything. This is a slightly dull blade. I love it for kiss cutting. And kiss cutting, for those of you that don't know, is this is two sheets basically stuck together. The sticker paper sheet on the front and then a peel off back. So when you kiss cut, and there are machines, Cameos, Silhouettes, they'll do that. But for those of you like me that don't have room or don't have means to have one of those, you can kiss cut by hand. You just cut lightly through the top layer of paper and try not to cut hard enough to go through the bottom layer of paper. It's okay if you do. It's not going to hurt the sticker. It's just going to make it a little bit harder to get it off the sticker paper. So all I'm going to do is line this up, and if your printables are good quality, then the person who made them is going to plan on you wanting to make single cuts along here. These aren't quite lined up, these two boxes, but I put those on there myself. If you remember, there was a different box there. So I have them misaligned a little bit. That is my own fault. Everything that Victoria Thatcher did that I didn't touch is aligned properly. So I can just come right along and cut through, and then I can try to peel that off and test how deep I cut. And if I cut properly deep, sorry, can't see that, there we go. The top sheet will come off and the back, the waxy back, will stay. So there we go. So I'm basically just going to work my way all the way around the page, cutting everything out. I'm going to cut in between these, I'm going to cut in between these, and then that'll be it. That I will have my pre-cut sheet of free printable stickers ready to go for a layout. Apologies for Jazpur getting a close-up of what I was working on. So this is the finished cut sheet of sticker paper. I did go ahead and remove all the excess, so the only thing that's on here is the stickers that are ready to be used in a planner. I will link, I can't remember if I said this or not, I will link my kiss cutting video in the cards up above, because I do go into a little bit more detail on do's and don'ts and tips and tricks. So that is it. If you missed it, I will also link in the cards up above the dashboard spread that I just did using these stickers. I hope you like this video. I hope it helps you take the plunge and give free printables, or any kind of printables, but the ones that you download and cut yourself. I hope this gives you what you need to go ahead and take the plunge and give those a try. If it does, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.